Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and you...
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Well, that's good if it's working. It's working for you.
It is working. I just always feel like I need to do stuff still, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I can have the mini IFS for.
Mm-hmm.
But always feel like still again pushing the button, knowing that it's negative and waiting for some fast result. Sometimes I think I'm still impatient like that. If it's an impulse, I guess it's feeling impatient. Spending resource and energy that I don't even necessarily have.
Mm-hmm.
Or flowing through it at least, or consuming it, pushing it to its limits until something happens. I always consider this my nihilistic side, or that's what I used to describe it as, some sort of means to an end, or some sort of trigger pushing, button mashing.
Yeah. Have you done parts work around that?
I wouldn't say in recent times. Not specifically.
Well, would you like to?
Sure.
Okay. Button mashing, nihilistic side. How do you notice it when it comes up?
Feels like my heart, chest racing. And sort of throat type, jonesing for nicotine or a cigarette or something. And wanting to scream out of the cavity of my chest, not even using my throat.
Can you say that last thing again? What about the cavity of your chest?
It's like an inner scream.
Okay.
A non-verbal scream for a result, some sort of angst.
Okay. And how do you feel towards it now as you notice it there?
Well, I'm feeling like it's a teenager trapped.
Yeah.
Subdued
Okay.
in an environment, not emotionally subdued, but locked.
Okay. And as you see all that about this part, how do you feel towards it?
So like me looking through sort of I feel like a voyeur. I'm looking at some sort of freak show or animal in a zoo.
Mm-hmm. Is there, I mean, would you call that like judgment around it? Like it's like a critical view of it or a judgmental view of it?
I feel like that comes, but I feel that it's more of a lack of action. I can't really do anything. It seems protected in its cage or glass wall.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it's there.
And are you feeling curious about it?
Well, I've gotten this far in our session. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm curious.
So yeah, see if you can kind of send it that curiosity, however you can send it that message or that message that you have, that you're feeling curious about it, however you can get through that glass and just see how that works, how it responds.
I think it's like eye to eye looking. More like, yeah, now we're level. We're on the same.
Nice. Okay. Try asking what it wants you to know.
I get the phrase like it believes in fear.
It believes in fear.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what that's about, or
No.
ask? Yeah, maybe I should ask more about that, what that means to it.
Something like you're telling me to listen all the time, but you're really just fearing. You're fearful to me. Or
Okay.
it was saying to me that I am actually the fear, and it also believes in fear. I guess it's scared of me. Or I don't know what's happening.
Okay. Yeah. You could let it know that you get that you see that maybe parts have been telling it to listen all the time, or that parts have been, intimidating it or whatever. And also just say that you're you are not your parts, and that uh, you're the curious self that's just happy to hear more.
Yeah, I think it's calming down.
Yeah. You might also, ask it like to try to identify what part is that in you that is always telling it to listen. Maybe by, seeing that part with it, that can help you to say like, oh no, that's that part. That part's, and I'm asking that part to step back, or that part's over there. Maybe just kind of getting a clearer picture of that.
I think it's a lot. It's more than one part,
Mm.
and I think it does include now me, the observer. So yes, judgment.
Yeah. So it's showing you these other parts, including judgment.
It's not really showing me all the part. Like it's the vague feeling that it is swarmed by whoever wants to observe or look and sort of interesting classic me setting up this imagery bullshit. Well, not bullshit, but I feel like it's some sort of zoo type animal,
Yeah.
almost primal. I get very wild and primal, and
Is it telling you that it feels like the animal in the zoo, or is that your observation? You might just check with it. Does it feel like that?
well, the one thing for sure I'm getting right now is that it's displaced. And alone. And
Yeah.
I think it's sort of like still being sort of primal, or like an animal energy that isn't really dare I say human.
Sure. I mean, they can be represented all kinds of ways. So you could ask about how it came to be displaced, or about its experience being being alone.
It's saying I know fear. I live with fear, and fear is just a part of nature.
Yeah.
So I guess it's wildness is means of survival.
Mm-hmm. So does it manage fear? Is that its relationship of like it handles it, or is it more like it's in fear?
I guess it manages fear because fear is and the fright is part of day-to-day survival.
Yeah. So it all makes sense to you.
Yes, in a way, but I'm wondering why, or this part that I'm delineating or trailing to in my day-to-day, if this part comes out and interacts, again, resources can be burnt out.
Sure. Yeah. So you don't love the impact that it has when it's taking control, but you understand its intention.
Yeah, and I sort of admire now its peculiar or I don't want to say peculiar, more like energy that
Yeah. What's it afraid would happen if it didn't work so hard in that way that it does?
I think it sees if it didn't work in the way it does, I can miss out in some sort of survival or gain.
A game?
Gain.
Uh-huh.
Gain.
So if it didn't do its job, there would be some type of survival gain.
Or like if it didn't act out, I would lose some parts of my own ways of surviving.
Yeah.
But when I think about that, I think I can survive. And I think it's good. I don't feel like I need to talk to this part more when it comes out.
Yeah, you say you feel like you don't need to talk to it more or learn more about it right now?
Well, in a way I do and I don't. I feel like now I explored something that happens this part that happens really fast.
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. What's next?
In general,
What was that?
in general,
I mean, where do you want to go next, or what's next with this part, or what you noticed about it?
well, I feel like it's active. It makes me feel, but yeah, I feel connected now to this part that's active.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there is any next. I just feel like an adventure has to happen for it.
Okay. Does it feel like a connected in like a blended way? Like this part is taken over and it's calling the shots now?
Or I'm breaking up a bit.
Does it feel like when you say
It's
connected?
breaking up.
When you say connected, does it feel like that's like a blendedness? Like this part is taking over and it wants to go do the adventure or whatever? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, it feels blended. It wants an adventure.
Okay.
But it feels now it's like a bit tapered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you notice like how that was connected, like that part wanting to come in when you were learning about this part in the zoo? Like, what did you notice about that connection?
With me and this part in the zoo. Sorry, it broke up a bit.
I'm sorry. So, you're talking to the part in the zoo and suddenly you have this part that wants to go to an adventure. What did you notice about how those are related?
I think the adventure part is from this part in the zoo.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like I'm the one to take the adventures. And the adventure, I say adventure because it's like I'm waiting or we're waiting. I'm excited. We're excited.
Does this feel like, and when we first started talking, you were talking about the button mashing, looking for the fast result, impatience. Does it feel like the same?
A little bit. Like right now,
Mhm.
I'm like touching my fingers and like restless leg.
Yeah.
But
And sometimes it's helpful to do some conscious blending with parts to understand them better. And other times, you want to try to finish the dialogue with it or learn more about it, and it's best to ask them to unblend. So
I think it's interesting. I feel good consciously blended with this part right now. Like it doesn't, like I feel like we're not going to push too many buttons because there's nothing in front of me. There's no money. There's no anxiety right now. It's sort of optimistic.
Yeah.
This time around.
Yeah. I had one other question that I was really curious about for this part, if it's possible.
Sure.
If not, that's fine. Which is, it said something about, when you asked like what's afraid would happen if it didn't do this, it said something about losing parts of you that are related to survival or your own ways of surviving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, what are those parts?
Well, I think it sees me and or other parts as being lacking, action or feeling slow. Slow is like slow as in not smart. Slow as in not doing things, not taking action. nothing, not taking action to try to survive by this part standard, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, do you have any takeaways from having done this work with it? What's your main takeaway, if there is any?
I think now if I come into situations where I can feel that button mashing, I do think I can slow it down by talking to this part.
Yeah.
But I admire this part a lot in a way.
Does it still have that animal in a zoo kind of appearance, or that voyeur feeling looking into it, or did you get closer and get a better look?
I don't think it's less voyeur, still more animal. Still animal. Feels very, First I wanted to say it was like a demon, but then it started to feel more like some sort of spirit animal.
Okay. Was there more you wanted to ask of it, or other parts? Does it have any other concerns or anything that it wants to get from you or negotiate with you?
No, I do still think I don't necessarily know what it wants or what it wants. I don't think it knows what it wants.
Yeah.
It's to survive, but it doesn't know what. It wants the pinnacle of survival. Wants some sort of abundance.
I would suggest, when you are working with it, when you are communicating with it next or forever, to just learn more about what it fears. Well, if it wants abundance, what's the fear behind that? Is there a fear of lack? Is there a part in you that it's protecting, that felt that it didn't get enough? Something like that. And just keep staying curious about,
I
fear,
think I definitely will. I haven't really felt this part before. I've just seen its actions.
Mainly. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in for a first interaction, a first conversation.
Yep. That was it. Yep.
Was there more you want to discuss with me, or?
No, this was what I was intending on doing. And
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope it's helpful.
It was.
Cool.
Thanks, James.
All right. Hope to hear from you sometime.
Yeah, you'll hear from me.
Okay.
See you later.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.